And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the CFPC national past presidents who join us on the podium today. Les anciens présidents nationaux sont les témoins officiels de l'installation de la nouvelle présidente du Collège des médecins de famille du Canada pour 2013-2014, la Dr. Cathy Lawrence. Thank you all for being here today. So to your left, in the second row, we have first Dr. Reg Perkin, President, 1981-1982. Next to him, Dr. Don Butt, President, 1985-1986. Next to him, Dr. Jamie Boyd, President, 1991-1992. Dr. Sherry Bethune, President, 1996-1997. Dr. Nick Busing, President, 1997-1998. Dr. Dominique Tessier, Présidente, 2001-2002. Dr. Peter McKean, President, 2002-2003. Dr. Rob Waddell, President, 2003-2004. Dr. Alain Pavilanis, Président, 2004-2005. Dr. Louise Naismith, President, 2005-2006. Dr. Tom Bailey, President, 2006-2007. Dr. Ruth Wilson, President, 2007-2008. On our first row, Dr. Sarah Credenzer, President, 2008-2009. Dr. Kathy McLean, President, 2009-2010. And Dr. Rob Boulay, President, 2010-2011. We also have another group of special guests here this morning, CFPC's chapter presidents and the additional members of the National Executive Committee. Please rise and be acknowledged. Dr. Paula Schwann, President of the Saskatchewan College of Family Physicians. Dr. Frank Martino, President of the Ontario College of Family Physicians. Dr. Dominique Deschênes, Présidente du Collège québécois des médecins de famille. Dr. Annick Pelletier, President of the New Brunswick College of Family Physicians. Dr. Lana Beth Barkhouse, President of the PEI College of Family Physicians. Dr. Gary Mazuita, Honorary Secretary-Treasurer of the National College. Dr. Jennifer Hall, Member-at-Large of the CFPC Executive Committee. And Dr. Claudette Chase, Member-at-Large of the CFPC Executive Committee. J'invite maintenant la Dr. Marie-Dominique Beaulieu, Présidente du Collège des médecins de famille du Canada, à prononcer l'allocution sur l'état du Collège.
Bonjour. Dear honored guests, distinguished past presidents of the College of Family Physicians of Canada, CFPC members, members of the board, representatives of sister organizations in healthcare, and ladies and gentlemen. Quelle année ce fut? Quelle période excitante pour la médecine familiale. Il y a des défis, mais c'est une période où nous pouvons faire une différence. Et le temps de passer le témoin à mon successeur, la Dr. Cathy Lawrence, est arrivé. Les présidents passent, mais les organisations restent. Et notre engagement n'a de sens que parce qu'il s'inscrit dans la continuité d'un travail d'équipe, d'une course à relais. Donc, en novembre dernier, j'ai pris le relais du Dr. Sandy Buckman avec comme seule ambition d'être utile. Et je laisse à ceux avec qui j'ai travaillé le soin de décider si je l'ai été, mais je peux témoigner du travail qui a été accompli cette année par les membres de notre organisation et une de mes dernières fonctions, comme présidente et de vous présenter la situation du collège, je peux vous dire que notre discipline se porte bien et que notre collège est une organisation résolument tournée vers l'avenir. À preuve. The Cfpc is a leader in education. A few examples of the work we have accomplished this year. We've continued to work with the departments of family medicine on the implementation of the Cfpc curriculum, our new competency-based curriculum, and this year we have finalized the evaluation component that will assess the impact of this new curriculum on later scopes of practice, and family medicine residents will be surveyed at entry into residency, at the end of their residency, and at 3 years into practice. We are also deeply committed to ensuring that family medicine residency prepares residents to practice in rural and remote locations. And we have launched recently a task force with the Society of Rural Physicians of Canada to work on defining the competencies for rural and remote communities. This year also, together with the Medical Council of Canada, the CFPC implemented the new harmonized certification examination in family medicine. A few other college highlights. Advancing the discipline of family medicine through research, innovation, and knowledge transfer is one of our strategic goals. This year, the members of the section of researchers and the Department of Research developed a blueprint that will lead us to reach our goal to develop our research capacity in all our initiatives. We are also deeply committed to high-quality patient-centered care, and we have continued working on our patient medical home policy. We will soon launch a practice self-assessment workbook to help you determine what aspects of your practice may be enhanced to achieve your goal of providing timely access to high-quality care. This resource has been developed by our Patient Medical Home Steering Committee with the collaboration of all our 10 provincial chapters. The CFPC is also committed to addressing the needs of vulnerable populations in Canada and internationally. As you know, we are working with the Indigenous Physicians Association of Canada, focusing on the health and healthcare of First Nations through education, training, and practice support for family physicians caring for these populations. This week, the CFPC and its Global Healthcare Program Committee are hosting the second of 3 invitational forums for the Sadok-Besso Center for Innovation in Global Healthcare, and leaders from 17 departments of family medicine were accompanied by physicians from a lower or less resourced nation with which they work, and they are discussing how the CFPC with the departments of family medicine can work collaboratively to build capacity in family medicine in less resourced countries. Finally, earlier this week, our board approved principles to guide a relationship with all non-for-profit organizations that are part of the healthcare industry. So from now on, any relationship between this industry and the CFPCs and its chapters will be managed clearly based on the principles of trust, transparency, independence, accountability, and fairness. Maintenance of our educational standards and competency for our members is also very important to us. And the board has also approved some changes in our main program in order to make it more dynamic and interactive and to stimulate practice involvement. Going forward, more of what you do in your practice will be eligible for main pro credits. So you will hear a bit more about that in the coming year. As I mentioned, we have a vibrant, forward-looking organization. And I want to tell you a bit more about it. I have been privileged to be part of this first years of Dr. Francine Lemire's leadership as Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of our college. I can tell you, and I want to tell you, that I know firsthand how passionate she is for family medicine, how committed she is to our college and to our mission of meeting the needs of Canadians to access high-quality care. I have had the pleasure to travel a lot with Francine this year, and I've witnessed her knowledge of the key players and key issues with our environment are really invaluable. I can tell you, too, that this passion and this commitment to family medicine, our college, and our mission is really shared by the incredible CFPC staff, and I want to thank them for their work. It's impossible to single out every individual, and I will not do it, but I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Dr. Paul Rainsbury, Associate Executive Director of Academic Family Medicine. Paul retired from the college at the end of October after 37 years of dedicated service and leadership that saw tremendous growth and change. So we thank him for his tremendous contribution and wish him that he continued success in the years ahead. Thank you. Of course, one of our strategic area is really to make family medicine an attractive career, and I just wanted to share with all of you that this year's CARMS match result had 35% of all medical students chose family medicine as their first choice. This is the highest rate in the last 20 years, so I think that also deserves a little bit of applause. Sur une note plus personnelle maintenant, j'aimerais partager avec vous ce qu'a été pour moi, ou en fait pour nous, Laurier et moi, cette année, car Laurier parlait souvent de notre présidence. Pendant 1 an, il a fait sienne vos aspirations et vos priorités. Il m'a soutenu et n'a jamais remis en question les heures consacrées au collège. Merci, Laurier. Through the years, my husband, Laurier, has totally espoused your aspirations and priorities. He has supported me at all times, and I want to thank him for that. Thanks, Laurier. Twice. He asked me to say it in English. He wanted every one of you to understand that he shared your aspirations and your vision. So, comme mes prédécesseurs, c'est sûr que j'ai retiré beaucoup plus que j'ai donné. Vous m'avez accueilli et j'ai fait de mon mieux pour partager vos aspirations. Un des moments forts pour moi de cette présidence a été la rencontre des médecins de famille venus des 4 coins du monde à l'occasion du congrès de la ONK à Prague. J'ai alors mesuré le chemin que nous avons parcouru comme discipline au Canada et le rôle de chef de file que nous jouons pour plusieurs collèges et associations de médecins de famille qui mènent chez eux les combats que nous avons menés il y a plusieurs années pour établir la discipline dans leur système de santé et dans leur système d'éducation. Et je suis revenue avec la conviction que nous devons continuer à épauler nos confrères en nous impliquant sur la scène internationale. J'ai aussi mesuré la force des jeunes médecins et des étudiants en médecine dans tous nos comités et aussi ailleurs. Et je veux vous dire que je n'ai aucun doute que nous avons une relève qui embrasse les valeurs d'un nouveau professionnalisme, un professionnalisme fondé sur le travail d'équipe et sur les soins centrés sur les patients. That being said, the college faces some challenges, and I would like to share 2 with you in particular. First, our organization is strong, but has seen significant growth in the recent years. So as a result, we must increase our nimbleness and our organizational effectiveness to ensure that we understand the needs of you, our valued members. And there will be many things going on this year to meet that goal. It's also critical that the National Office and the CFPC provincial chapters function cohesively because the sum is always stronger than the parts. Secondly, the college works and will continue to work to meet our members' needs, your needs to learn and to enhance your skill so you can best serve your patients and your communities. However, we must not forget that it is the comprehensiveness of our work which defines the uniqueness of our discipline within the health professions. And I have met many family physicians all the year, many leaders who shared with me that thought. So we will remain relevant to the extent that the majority of us can meet the challenges of a defined population of patients, regardless of their age, gender, or the nature of their problem. It is this comprehensiveness that makes us the exceptional clinicians that we are, able to effectively support patients throughout their lives. It is this comprehensive training that makes us family physician specialists. So, the only thing remaining right now is for me to thank you for the tremendous privilege of representing you and the confidence that you showed me by allowing me to serve as your 59th president. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Merci.
Merci, Marie-Dominique. We will now be moving to the President installation.
And now, as my final duty, it's my honor and privilege to officially install my successor, Dr. Cathy Lawrence of Regina, Saskatchewan, as the 2013-2014 President of the College of Family Physicians of Canada. Je demande à Dr. Cathy Lawrence de se lever. Cathy, you can come. Dr. Lawrence, 1 year ago, you were chosen President-elect by the virtue of the bylaws. You are about to assume the presidency, the highest office of the College of Family Physicians of Canada. With your agreement to assume this office, do you accept the trust your peers have placed in you to become the leader and main spokesperson for the College of Family Physicians of Canada?
I do.
And Dr. Lawrence, as our college president, do you agree to commit to carrying out your official duties and upholding the dignity and principles of this office by serving our college, its chapters, our members, and the specialty of family medicine with professionalism and honor?
I do.
Can we move it? Je vous confère maintenant l'insigne officiel du Collège des médecins de famille du Canada, la médaille présidentielle. As I pass to you the Presidential Medal, this symbol of office for the ensuing year, I know that you will wear it with pride, honor, and humility. At the close of your term, you will pass it on to your successor as a symbol of progress, loyalty, and devotion to the principles of the College of Family Physicians of Canada.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to present to you the 60th President of the College of Family Physicians of Canada, Dr. Cathy Lawrence.
It is a privilege for my first official duty as president to honor our outgoing president, Marie-Dominique Boileau. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to present to you, Marie-Dominique, this past president's pin as a token of appreciation for your efforts and achievements on behalf of the college over the past year. Merci beaucoup, miss. Thank you all. As each year begins and I think about what it holds, one of the things I look forward to most is coming to Family Medicine Forum. The opportunity to gather with so many who share a commitment to family medicine in all its diversity and richness is a wonderful experience. I leave each year tired from all the fun, but more importantly, stimulated and inspired by the sharing of ideas and collaboration that occurs at this event. We gather here as teachers, learners, researchers, educators, administrators, and clinicians to learn from and about each other, to share new ideas and thinking, and take this back to enrich what we do each day. My involvement with the college began 19 years ago at the start of my residency in Regina. I was asked by the outgoing chief resident in our training site if I was interested in being the University of Saskatchewan representative to the section of residents. I'm not really sure I actually understood what the College of Family Physicians was at the time, but it sounded interesting, so I said yes. Since that time, I have had the opportunity to be involved with committees, boards, and working groups at both the provincial and national level. I've come to consider the college to be my professional home, and it has given me so much over the years. This is an exciting time for our college, and you've heard some of this from Marie-Dominique and Francine today. We now have over 30,000 members across Canada and around the world. I've heard from chapters about the outstanding work they are doing as part of primary care reform and how the principles identified for the patient's medical home are being incorporated into their communities. On the academic front, as Marie-Dominique said, Dr. Paul Rainsbury retired after serving the college for 37 years. I had the opportunity throughout my time with the college to work with Paul, and it was a wonderful experience both on a professional and personal level. It is impossible to list all of the initiatives and achievements in the realm of education that came to fruition under Paul's guidance. Under his direction, we have been recognized as leaders in medical education in Canada. We've just released the second part of the Cfpc report, which articulates a path to implement the recommendations laid out in 2011. As a postgraduate program director, I can't say enough about the outstanding collaboration that has occurred amongst residency program across Canada as we work on implementing Cfpc. I thank the college for supporting this opportunity for cooperation amongst all of us. The SIFP program committees, with their commitment to comprehensive family medicine, but focus on a facet of the discipline, have enriched the program at FNF and are helping to further articulate the competencies of a graduating family physician. They have also been a rich resource to the college in its work on health policy and advocacy for patient care. Immediately after FMF, I'm traveling to Ottawa to the North American Primary Care Research Group's annual meeting. I look forward to working with the section of researchers on furthering primary care research in Canada and strengthening research within our organization. There has been tremendous work done on developing the blueprint for enhancing family medicine research, and I look forward to its implementation. I've been asked by many of you if I had a theme for the upcoming year. I spent considerable time reflecting on this. My hope is that I can be an effective voice for you as we all work together to provide high-quality care to patients and communities across Canada. I strongly believe that family physicians should work to their full scope and have the opportunity to adapt their practice to provide the care needed by the communities that they serve. Whether they serve a particular population or geographic community, be it rural, inner city, suburban, remote, or metropolitan, or however else that community is identified. I also believe that, where possible, we should work with other health professionals to improve access of Canadians to quality health care, and that we have a responsibility to support and provide guidance to patients so they can be as healthy as they choose to be. Yesterday, Elder Point said this so well when he spoke of One Health and of lifting up the minds and hearts of our patients. I also believe that we need to find a way to support the most vulnerable in our society, who are often the ones who have the most difficulty accessing the care they need and deserve. On Wednesday, we released our report card on the role of the federal government in health care. It assessed the government on areas we felt it need to lead. One of these areas identified was caring for the most vulnerable. There are reflections in the document on poverty, homelessness, mental health and addictions, children, and youth. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in health care is the most shocking and inhumane." Sean Atleo's keynote yesterday spoke about the health status of First Nations peoples and approaches that are working to improve health care in these communities. We have recently established an Aboriginal health working group with the Indigenous Physician Association of Canada, and I look forward to what this group will recommend to help us be a partner in building on the kind of successes he spoke about. We have all heard the statistics, and we all need to do better. As Marie-Dominique said, we have been discussing with the Society of Rural Physicians of Canada about how we can also work together to create future family physicians to serve Canadian people from coast to coast to coast. I've only touched on a few initiatives that the college is currently involved with, and none of this would be possible without the contribution of all of you. So many of you are engaged in the work of the college through its chapters, committees, and sections in departments of family medicine across the country, as learners, teachers, examiners, researchers, reviewers, and many other ways. This is a member organization, and its greatest strength is the participation of all of you in its activities. As I start my term as president, I must pause to thank and acknowledge a few people. First and foremost, my family. My dear girl, who's only missed one FMF since she was born, who's donated me to the college for this year, and who inspires me to be my best at all times so I can live up to her expectations. And my parents, who have always put their children first and will be holding down the fort at home as I travel this year. I also want to recognize Marie-Dominique and our former president's executive directors, who have brought us so far to where we are today. I thank you for your vision and leadership and hope that I will help to grow what you have so ably sown. As well, Francine and all of our outstanding and committed college staff who are taking us forward and with whom I look forward to working with so closely in this upcoming year. Also, my patients, teachers, colleagues, and mentors, both in Saskatchewan and across the country. I have learned so much from all of you, and I hope that I have been able to give back even a portion of what you have given to me. And all of you are members. As I said, without your commitment to family medicine and the college, none of this would be possible. Finally, I want to share a poem with you by Bonero Overstreet, an American author and psychologist. You say the little efforts I make will do no good. They will never prevail to tip the hovering scale where justice hangs in the balance. I don't think I ever thought they would, but I am prejudiced beyond debate in favor of my right to choose which side shall feel the stubbornness of my weight. I heard this for the first time when I attended a memorial gathering for Dr. Margaret Mahood. She was the mother and grandmother of 3 of our certificates and a lifetime advocate for what she believed in, and one of the physicians who chose to continue practice during the doctor's strike in Saskatchewan. It reminded me that every interaction we have with our patients or action we take on their behalf is an opportunity to move that balance in the right direction for them. I thank all of you for your contribution to the college and to your patients, and look forward to serving you as your president. I hope you all enjoy the remaining 2 days of the conference, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at the Walk for the Docks and later in the day at Convocation in our celebration. I also look forward to hearing from you throughout the year and can easily be reached by email if you have something that you felt you'd like to share with me. And if you're curious about what I'm doing, please feel free to follow me on Twitter. Thank you again for this incredible privilege to serve all of you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Kathy. So we're off to a good start. Of course, the CEO and President spend a lot of time together, as was already alluded to earlier this morning, and that's great. And I see as an early start for me of things I need to be mindful of an incredible array of shoes, which I invite you to keep an eye on as Kathy travels the country. And a social media presence that will indeed probably help the college to reach a new level in terms of its social media presence. I think I'd like to also take the opportunity, since the 2 previous speakers have spoken to their circle of support, to also speak to you about my circle of support. So I'd like to acknowledge my husband, Jamie, and one of my stepchildren, Philip, who are on the left side of the audience today. So thanks for all of you to be here this morning. This marks the end of this session. Have a great day. Networking, Learning and the learning to do a better job and care for our patients is what this is all about. So have a good day, and thank you.